Today's guided practice session is all about playing some Bill Evans style left-hand chords. What does that mean? Well, it means a lot of different things. You know, we put things out here like Bud Powell licks and Herbie Hancock chords and Bill Evans left-hand voicings and all this stuff. And the truth is that all of these players were masters and geniuses and had very deep and rich styles of everything they did, no matter what it was, whether it's left-hand voicings or language or whatever, you know, the way they approached a composition, it's all the same. It's all just very, you know, they're the highest level. There's a lot going on. So we don't want to just like minimize them to this is their whole thing, but let's play pretend here and let's boil a very specific part of Bill Evans playing down to something that's digestible and easy to practice today, which we'll do together. So I drew inspiration for this session from Bill Evans' classic recording of Israel, right? And Israel is just amazing tune, and his version is by far the best, and it's incredible. And what I want to really practice is how Bill plays the head, but also how he solos during this tune. And it's that idea of playing the left hand with the right hand. So that is very much, I mean, you can hear me. I'm trying to actually be very on the nose with my Bill Evans sound there. But there's a way that we can break this down. So first of all, the voicings he's playing there in his left hand are not that complicated. In fact, you probably already know them, but you're like, well, why can't they sound like that when I play it? So there's a few things that Bill's doing. But first of all, let's just take a look at some of the theory that's behind that sound. So here it is. And this is just a D minor blues, right? There's some variety here in what we can play, but generally here, you'll hear Bill play voicings like this. You know, these aren't all exactly what he played, but this is like a very similar kind of, I mean, some of them are exact, but the whole thing is very similar in that style. So first of all, there's some things to notice here, and that's that of all of these voicings, Bill has like kind of a melodic theme running through each phrase, right? Here in the D minor phrase, he starts out with F, A, E. For D minor, that's the third, the fifth, and the ninth, and then he works that up, right? And then the last bar of that first 4-bar phrase, remember a blues is like 3 4-bar phrases. He goes to that altered chord, that D7 alt, or A flat, 7, Lydian dominant. You know, you can think about it either way. And then he often will do something like this here on the G minor, right? You have the 9, the third, and the 5, and then he'll work that 9 down. Like sometimes he'll go all the way down to the E natural, right? Or he'll go back up there, but all of this. And then he'll go back here to a D minor 6/9. Sometimes he'll do this 4-note voicing. Then F7 sharp 11. This is a series of dominant 7 sharp 11 chords. So F7 sharp 11, and then the turnaround B flat 7 sharp 11, and then E flat 7 sharp 11. And then just a little turnaround here at the end. Okay, so what else am I playing here that kind of makes it sound Evans-esque? Evans-esque? Yeah, that's right. So what we can do is practice the very Bill way of comping with your left hand in coordination exactly with your right hand. So you could literally start with just like every time your right hand strikes a note, your left hand strikes a chord. I can't even do it anymore because there's another way to do this too. And that's you could either do it every strike is the same left hand, right hand. Like anytime you play a note with your right hand, you strike a chord with your left, or you can do sort of the big motions, right? Which is you're going to naturally go to, because your right hand is going to start playing things that are fast enough. Even just there when I was just like, I can't do that. I can, but it's not going to give me the sound I want, right? What I really want is, something like, I want the big movements covered. Like I want the main parts covered. So I could do everything here. Or I can also mix in some of the bigger movements and like hold the chord, but still get like the interesting changes that the right hand is doing, like the phrases, right? We want to phrase with the right hand. So like that, for instance, right? That's the sort of meta rhythm of the whole thing. Right? So that's the work I want to do. Let's talk a little bit about our right hand. I have some things written in here. I don't have any notes written in, but I have some ideas. Now, none of these are also set in stone, but here's a good general idea of what we can do to sound good with these chords, right? So for this first D melodic minor. And then he does that raised fifth or flat six. Now for this, that harmonic minor sounds good. It almost acts as like an A7 flat 9, right? Because that B flat is the flat 9. It's almost like a little dominant chord. Right, and then back to the melodic minor. Then, of course, on the D7 alt, we want to do the altered scale. D, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, D. And then G melodic minor here on our G minor 9. Until we get to the regular minor 7, then we could do Dorian. You might not even make it to the Dorian. Maybe you go down and you just stay there. This is all up for you. And you don't have to play exactly what I have written here in the left hand. These are just literally the shapes that you can use. What's so great about this restriking everything we play with our right hand with our left is that we can play very, very simply and it sounds amazing. You don't have to do much. You don't have to do all these, flowing lines if you don't want to. You can just keep it very melodic, very simple. Restrike everything that you strike with your right hand with your left hand at the same time, or just cover those big movements, and you're going to be chef's kiss playing like Bill Evans in no time. Okay, so let's continue on here with what we're doing with our right hand. So after we go back to the D minor 6-9 there in the 7th bar, we have that F Lydian dominant. Right, that's just an F dominant scale with that sharp 4, that sharp 11, right? So F, G, A, B natural, C, D, E flat, F. Right, and then we have B flat Lydian dominant, same thing but up a 4th, right? B flat dominant scale with that sharp 11, then an E flat Lydian dominant. Right? Same thing. Dominant scale with that sharp 11, and then our turnaround, it's the same chords, right? The D, melodic minor, F, Lydian dominant, B flat, Lydian dominant. Just that turnaround. You could also use, like, the blues scale sounds great just on the turnaround. I'm not going to lie. It sounds really, really good. So there it is. So what I want to do today is just practice doing this. So I'm going to do a couple of different tempos, and we could just play and have fun with this. Practice these voicings. right? Maybe we just start with our left hand, which I think we should, and then start adding the right hand in. So before we're doing that, if you're digging these guided practice sessions, if you like this kind of content, go ahead and hit the like button. It lets us know what you're liking and what we could make more of to your liking. And then don't forget to check out the link here. It's Black Friday. We have the best deals of the year right now at Open Studio. If you want to get a full course, now's the time. If you want to become a member too, of one of our Piano Access Pass or All Access Pass. That's all the courses. There's no better day than today. That sounded like a motivational poster. It kind of was. All right, let's do it. Shall we? So let's just start with our left hand. I want you to just play these voicings with your left hand. Let's see. Let's get a good tempo going. Too fast. Nice and easy. Just starting with our left hand. 2, 3, 4. Right there. Just practice comping. Imagine, maybe start hearing a solo in your right hand in your head, but don't play anything. Just practice. Practice getting some rhythms going with these shapes. I'll play a little bass line. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and. Do it again. Just the left hand. Just the left hand. Okay, stop. Let's do now 2 choruses through. I want you to, if there's nobody in the room with you, sing a little solo. Again, we're going to wrap our right hand behind our back here. Sing a solo. And I want you to, everything you sing, I want you to strike with your left hand, right? This is a perfect way to get going on this because you can't actually sing as much as you could just play on the piano. You can't, or you probably wouldn't. So let's just practice that, being very melodic from the beginning. Just whatever you sing, you strike the corresponding chord with your left hand. Let's try it. 2, 1, 2, 3, and. How about another one? You got it. Add your right hand to the mix. Go ahead. Keep singing though. Keep singing. But add your hand to it. Even if you're just getting rhythms, that's good enough. Do another chorus, singing and playing. You got it. Just playing, striking everything with your left hand that you play with the right hand. No singing. Your dog is much happier now. At least mine is. Have another go. check it out. So that's like the basics. Oh, I got the sun coming in. That's like the very basic version where you can just sort of make. Oh boy, look at that bright light coming in. It's like I'm entering heaven. Hello. No, just kidding. No, so that's just like the very basic version. But what if we even went a little bit further and tried to like Bill Evans it up even more? So what if we tried to cop some of Bill's phrasing? What does Bill phrase like, for instance? Well, one of the signature things he does, we'll do a couple. One of them that he does is he kind of will, unlike a lot of great players, he's got his own thing with this where he'll kind of bounce off of the front of a bar. So he'll let it happen. One, 2, 3, 1. 1. Like he won't play the 1. He'll always kind of anticipate off of the 1, and he'll do that even in longer phrases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Isn't that great? I mean, it's kind of like instant Bill Evans sound. The other thing that you could do with this, especially with the left hand and the right hand playing the same thing, he does this a lot. When he does the left hand with the right hand, he'll do these quarter note triplets, and he'll do them off of beat 1 too. So he'll do like a quarter note triplet, rest on beat 1, and then he'll start a phrase 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That kind of sound, right? So where hey, could you close the front door, Neeks? Thanks. Where that kind of sound, where we're doing a lot of so much better. Off of the first beat, right? We rest on the first beat and we play off of it. Like a lot of great players don't do that. They actually will lead toward the beat, that first beat. But Bill was so good at going off of that beat and then some quarter note triplets. So let's do one more play along where you can use those two techniques, those two phrasing techniques. So we're playing off of beat 1. We're letting beat 1 happen, and then we're doing a lot of those quarter note triplets. Don't forget, too, to use some broken 7th chords and arpeggios. It's not just scales with this, right? It's like... You really want to get those thirds in on the action because it makes it all the much better. So let's try it. I'll play the bass. You play the Bill. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and... You got it. Keep going. One more chorus. You got it. go. Little Israel. So great. So that is the sound. The striking of that left hand with these easy 3-note voicings. These little melodies that happen inside the chords, right? So it's not just G minor for 2 bars, but there's always some kind of little, as we have here, right? And at the top too, it's not just D minor for 4 bars, there's always some kind of little movement. Isn't that great? So that kind of thing. And then, of course, like resting on beat 1 of a phrase and bouncing off that, that's a very Bill Evans thing to do. And then also those quarter note triplets after you bounce off that, also something to consider. And then again, we don't have to reinvent the wheel with our left-hand voicings. They can be as easy as these 3-note voicings that you see here. I'm going to leave this video up for a very long time so you can come back to this when you feel like you want to refresh yourself on some Evans-esque voicings. I just made up that word again. And then, of course, today is Black Friday. Open Studio is offering a ton of great deals. It's the lowest prices we'll have all year, and it's not going to last for very long. So check out the link here that Ian's leaving in the chat or the description. It's floating away already. So get in on that while it's still here. Those are our lowest prices on both lifetime courses and our subscription memberships, which are like, you get a membership to all of our courses and then all of the courses that we will make while you're a member. So it is the day. And again, hit a like if this is the kind of stuff you want to see. And that's just our own personal survey, so we know what to make for you. Happy practicing, everybody. Love practicing with you all. Love getting into this music with you all. I will be back on Tuesday. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, and I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. So thanks, y'all. Thanks, Mark. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, JP. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Paul and Amy. Good to see you. And Tour Talk and Gordon. Brian Fielding. What's up, Hex? Gordon. Fede. Alex. Dennis. Dan. Zachary. Good to see all of you guys. Octavi. Phil. What's up? Phoenix in the house. Banked. What's going on? Best name. Banked. I'm not even sure that's how you say it, Banked, but that's a great name. All right, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the bill. Enjoy the bill. See you.